Welcome to DJNTV, and we are here tonight doing the Monday night show with me, Boston John, and a cast of characters. We've got Eric here with us tonight. We've got Damon. We've got Kevin. And in the wings, we've got Buddy and Matthew hanging out with us. And we're going to do a Monday night record roundup because it's been a while since we had a chance to get into talking about some records and some music on a Monday night. So welcome, everybody. Nice to see everyone. Before we get started, we'd just like to mention that our show is being brought to you by DJ Event Planner. You can find their information in the description for the video. Maybe it's on the side, maybe it's down below. They're always moving stuff around on us. But check them out for sure. And thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. So what we do is we each take a artist or an album or even a single, and we just dissect it a little bit, talk about where it came to us and what we use it for, and a little bit about the artist if we know anything. And if you don't, that's okay too. I'll lead us off. I had pulled this one up. If you guys remember, I'm going to take you back to 85, 86, and there was called the Timex Social Club that put out one record and one massive single called Rumors.
Yeah, careful. That's all rumors stuff.
Okay, so they broke up, and the Timex Social Club became the new club called Club Nouveau. And this was the record that followed, but it was primarily the same band. They just changed the title of the new club, Club Nouveau.
I did not know that.
This is 1986. This gave us Jealousy, which was a single, Why You Treat Me So Bad. It's got the Bill Withers cover, Lean on Me. Situation Number 9 was another big track off of this. This was, let's see if I can just message Buddy to show a little respect and turn his stupid thing on. So it was 85, 86. If you got the Rumors single, that was the first one that was really put these guys on the map. I think 2 of the 3 went forward into the next group. And if you got the vinyl, this is the actual album. You got an extended Lean on Me remix called the Pump It Up for Threes. Also credited to Bill Withers. So that's my pick. And what I'll do is we'll go around the room in the order as I can see you guys. Eric, why don't you go next, and
I just messaged Buddy, by the way, to mute.
Did you? Okay. Thanks.
I am gonna go with these guys. They had a few albums in the 80s. And out of the few they had, they only had 2 #1 hits out of all of them. They had maybe 4 top 10 hits and maybe 6 songs total on the charts out of the few albums. I'm going to go with Men at Work.
Okay.
And their 2 #1 hits, anybody guess what they might have been? Out of everything they put out?
Well, Down Under, obviously.
That is one.
As well as they did. And I'm going to say probably Who Can It Be Now as number 2?
That is also correct.
Okay.
Those were the 2 #1 hits. But the song that the one I liked a lot of the other stuff, and they just didn't go far. But Overkill went to number 3. They went to number 3 on that. And I think It's a Mistake that went to 6.
Yeah, It's a Mistake was on the radio a lot out here. And one that you hadn't mentioned yet, or you might, Be Good Johnny. Johnny Be Good. Not to be confused with Chuck Berry.
Dr. Heckle and Mr. Pride, It's a Mistake, Overkill. I Wire. Does anybody remember that one by them? I don't. I Wire.
No. We got so few over here. Being an Australian band, they were on the radio a lot more because I've talked to Scrapper in length about them, and they've had a lot more singles, kind of like Kylie Minogue, and it's, we got a handful of songs and they got the rest. And they're like a radio staple, just like Justin Timberlake is in the USA these days. But
the album I'm actually referring to was Cargo by them. That, to me, I thought was a great album, released in 83. And like the singles on it, like Overkill, Dr. Heckle and Mrs. Jive, It's a Mistake. Actually, High Wire is on this too. I didn't think this got the recognition it should have, but I think because back in the 80s, a lot was going on. It was like you had to pray to get on the chart back then. There was too much going on. And they were lucky with Who Can It Be Now and Down Under. I think this was probably their 3rd release, maybe. That makes sense?
Okay.
So they might have been like has-beens at that point. I don't know. But that's my pick.
Absolutely. Down Under is great. I still have Down Under in rotation. I'll still play that up if it's I have a 40 aged to 60 aged group. They'll all know it. It's kind of a toe tapper to kind of get people waking up a little bit if you're coming out of a dinner set.
Yeah, I still play Who Can It Be Now once in a while too. That was also a great, because everybody knows it. As soon as it starts, they know what it is.
Sure. Yes. Men at Work. We'll check them out. We'll listen to High Wire after the show, and that's
we should, because I don't remember that. Maybe we'll all say, "Oh yeah, that."
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. That happens more often.
It's not sounding familiar to me either. So,
thank you, Eric. Let's go to Damon. What would you like to bring to Show and Tell for Record Roundup today?
oh man, I'm gonna bring somebody from the UK.
Okay.
She had a nice dance career. I mean, she had a few hits, but I'm talking about Amber, and the song is "Sexual."
Okay.
Let me place it right. La-di-dee, la-da-da.
Hold on.
Yeah, Amber, she was a hottie too. But this song came out in 1989. Over in the UK, made its way to the United States dance floors. Really nice upbeat song. I mean, 128 BPM to like 130 somewhere in there. I mean, it was a really good banging dance floor classic.
Sure.
And the cool thing is,
did you say 89?
No, I'm sorry, 99.
Okay, because otherwise it was hanging around for about 10 years before I played it.
No, 99. My bad.
No, that's all right.
Because I was thinking, because she almost fits the freestyle category, but not. I mean, she's like right on the cuff. She can rock it into a nice freestyle set, but you can also go into like dance hits with it too. So it's kind of like a clubby house thing, really. But it's just, she fits in so many categories with that song. So
did play that quite a bit. Yeah. And I was right in that whole pocket when everything was starting to become EDM, and it was USA versus the UK. We got like Cher would do Believe, and then you'd get something from across the water.
Exactly.
I'm not sure if that's the same Amber that did This Is Your Night that came out in like the Power 90s, the tail end of the 90s. This is your night.
I believe it is.
Till the morning light. That one. I wonder if that's
the Amber that did Being With You as well. I believe it is as well. That's the one I remember, Being With You by Amber in the 90s. But I mean, and This Is Your Night. She did that too.
Yeah. I believe it's the same one. So
yeah.
For sure. Yeah, the voice sounds similar. Like I can just trying to compare the two in my head. But yeah, I got a lot of airplay out of that one. And the longer the mix was, the better, because everyone wanted those long dance breaks.
Right,
We're
exactly.
Play some Amber after the show as well.
Yeah, we'll play the two of those, see if we can spot her in the video and see if it's the same young lady. But thank you, Damon. That's awesome. That's a great club pick, and that's still get your dance floor moving these days.
Yes, it will.
Yes, it will. Kevin, what would you like to bring to Show and Tell for music?
Show and Tell for me, I am going to go with a local band. Not sure how far out they've reached, but I enjoyed this tune. I don't know whether it's because I listened to a local station and they played a lot. They were from the Columbus, Ohio. Mm-hmm. They were considered rock alternative, or alternative rock, whichever way you want to say it. The group title was called Saving Jane.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. They had a few albums, and the song that really just caught it with me, it didn't quite get as high as I thought it would have gotten. It made it to number 85 in the Pop 100 and number 40 in Pop Airplay. This was back in 2008 is when this lead single was released. And the song is called Supergirl. This song was in the summer of, like I said, 2008. It became a theme song for two people, Danica Patrick and the Olympic gold medalist Nastia Lukian.
Close enough. Let's go with that.
Yeah, it was an American medalist, I'm pretty sure. So that was a song that I liked. It did have a cover sung by Canadian pop singer Susie McNeil. That happened in 2009. So that is a song. It's very upbeat. It's a catchy tune. I usually don't get to play it very often for my events because they don't know it, but it's just one that I thought was a sleeper that sort of just didn't get the airplay that I thought it deserved.
Sure. I wonder if people were more into auto racing, if they were NASCAR fans and they know Danica Patrick and her career, I bet that you would have maybe heard that in the stadiums, the racetracks where she was
Yeah.
If she was using that as her entrance music, so to speak, like WWE has this, everyone has a walk-in song or something.
Yeah.
That's one we'll have to play after class because I'm not familiar with it.
Don't ask me how I know this. It might have been for a wedding but they also did, and this is the only way I know these people, is they did a cover of Hang On Sloopy. And this wedding or private party, I did wanted this specific version. And I saw a tie and low to get it, but I did get it.
Yeah.
So again, I mean, they did a lot of covers, I think, this band too. But,
yeah, the lead singer is Marty Dodson. That is the lead singer of the group.
yeah, I don't know who that is, but yeah.
No, not familiar with it, but we'll check it out after. But I'm not a big NASCAR watcher. I see it occasionally, but I'm not attending them to see what kind of songs are getting played in the stands to get everybody hyped up when the drivers take to the track and field. But we'll play that after. That's definitely interesting. Ken, we're on a record roundup this evening. Your mic's muted, but if you had a song or an artist that you'd like to give to us that we can talk about, what do you have on your mind?
I'm not sure.
There he is.
There he is.
Yep. Hi, Ken.
Hey. I think it was Foreigner. I Want to Know What Love Is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's a good one.
That's they became the kings of the power ballad for a minute there. They're
as a matter of fact, when we did the power ballads a few nights ago, nobody brought that one up, I don't think.
No, they didn't.
no.
We said Foreigner, but we didn't say that. We didn't say that particular song though.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that is a good one.
That's a good choice, Ken.
That is. Just with the power ballad definition, usually they kind of tend to build up or get a little more emotional. I think we use like Home Sweet Home, Motley Crue as an example. It starts like you can almost dance to it as a slow song, and then it just swells with all this energy without necessarily getting faster.
Right.
Foreigner had two. They had a second one too, a second ballad that did really, really well. And it might have been Waiting for a Girl Like You. It was on Foreigner 4. It was on the record before that.
Foreigner 4, right?
Yep. Produced by Robert John Mutt Lange, who also led the torches for AC/DC and Def Leppard. So that's a good pick.
Ooh.
I'm sorry,
Damon, I'm very mad at you too, because in order to tune you in tonight, we had to get up and change the channel.
Yeah,
the remote.
I had to put tinfoil on the rabbit ears and twist them back and forth and stuff. For our older viewers, who'll understand the humor.
Right.
Go back to the newer TV for next week, please. Okay.
All right. I mean, shoot. That was a good one, Ken. I mean, if we're going to go, I got another one if we want to go again. If not,
sure. Go ahead. Why not? Sure.
Okay. Oh, now this one kind of changed the world a little bit when this one dropped. The song is Sadness by Enigma. And everybody was like, what the hell is this song? You heard this chanting and stuff in it. It was just like, all right, it's not really, it couldn't really be techno, it couldn't be house. It was just like, what the hell is it? But if you bought the CD, you just let the whole thing play. You didn't want to break it down and just play the first song. You just had one of the song CDs you just put on and just let it play. Didn't work in the club, but at home, cleaning the house, doing stuff around the house, it was perfect.
For sure.
That was
total
vibe by Enigma.
I think I first encountered that. It was on MTV Party to Go Volume 3. It was the yellowish colored one.
Yeah.
It started with that, and then it went into PM Dawn, Set Adrift for Memory Bliss. Followed.
Yeah, that's actually it.
You could almost play them like a twofer because it was a pre-mix thing. So you get a good 10-minute bathroom break or whatever you had to do. But that was the first time I remember them, and I only found out later that there's two different versions of Sadness. There's one that ends with the piano, and there's another one that ends with kind of like a noodly electric guitar solo.
Yeah,
different notes, different progressions. It's basically the same length of the song, and they're just filling the final 2 minutes. But I have the two of them saved in my hard drive. One is guitar end, and one is keyboard end. Depending on your crowd, if you're in with a crowd that wants stuff that's a little more rocky, almost everything in the 80s had a gratuitous guitar solo in it, even if it didn't need it. Everything from Michael Jackson to
right. That's true. Yeah, but this came out in 1990, so it was a cool CD, cool song. So
no, excellent for a second pick too. Another great dance track. And that just fits right in that pocket of that Tom's Diner beat.
Yep, exactly.
It's got that same. You can slip all your Milli Vanilli into that. You got your
that nice 105 BPM range.
Yeah, Tom's Diner. That is going to go right in there, and all that stuff. Yep. That's just a nice little space to exist as far as songs that a lot of them sound like that. And you got Rakim too, right?
Rakim falls into that. Yeah.
No, that's. Does anybody have any others?
I got one more I can throw at you. It's not going to be a like a dance tune like Damon. Damon's really good at that dance stuff, you know, especially from the 90s. And I give him all the, all the props because, you know, I know a lot of the 90s and all that too, but you always give us a banger, like something we forgot about. And that's what this show is about. Right. And that's what I'm going to give you now. But it's not like a dance song. It's but we all know who this guy is. Willie Nelson, right?
Yeah.
It was released in 1990. Only on the charts for 4 weeks. That's it. Gone. And the title of it was 10 with a 2. And if you've never heard this song, I want everyone watching this and everybody on here, go to YouTube, listen to this song, and I'm going to tell you what it's about. This Willie's singing about, you know, getting drunk at a bar. He left at 2 with a 10 and woke up at 10 with a 2. Because you know how it is when you're at a bar. They all get prettier at closing time. And I don't know why this didn't last longer on the charts, because if that ain't country, nothing is. You know, it's a really good song. And I never knew it until about a week and a half ago. And God, I listened to it over and over. And I'm like, God, why didn't this go anywhere? You know, Willie was known for when he hit a chart, he was on it for months, you know, always on my mind, on the road again. I mean, he was always the big chart topper, this guy. And this song, I don't know what happened with it. I don't know, but
it's the time it was released. There's so much going on the radio; it just got lost in the shuffle. And the last real major top 40 chart I remember from him was "To All the Girls I Loved Before" that he did with Julio Iglesias.
Yeah.
It was you know, so he had his decades. You know, he started getting on the radio in the late 50s, 60s. And he started in the 70s. He was, you know, the dirty, the outlaw crew from the 70s, 80s. He was charting, and he's still charting to this day. I know he took a couple of days off. You know, we wish you well, Willie. Hopefully you get well and get back out on the road again. I see what I did.
On the road. I see what you did there. Toby Keith, I think it was Toby Keith, actually wrote a song about Willie and saying, I got high with Willie.
Yeah, never smoke with Willie again.
That's it, something like that. Yeah, that was great too.
I imagine that's a lesson. Probably the same applies to Snoop Dogg. If Snoop Dogg won't hang out with Willie, that should tell you something.
You got to get in Snoop Dogg's broham to smoke with him. You know.
Hey, there was a famous comedian that says if he ever had to choose to get high with somebody, it's Willie Nelson, Cheech and Chong, and Snoop Dogg.
There you go.
Those are the three ones.
Yeah.
Only three you want to get high with.
Those are the OGs. Yep.
Those are the OGs right there.
But anyway, listen to that 10 with a 2. I really think, and I don't care what genre of music that you really love, if you listen to the song, you're going to like it. I guarantee you. It's going to be one of them like, wow. It just hits home. I mean, it does, because we're all club DJs, or were at one point. Mm-hmm. And you see them all out there at last call looking around, you know. Hey, and it just hit home to me, like, wow, that really does happen. But anyway,
sound like me after a bottle of Jose.
Yeah.
I'll probably for Jose. Yeah, that's my theme song right there.
That's going to be the inspiration for one of our record roundup shows. Is what do you close the night with? It's 5 minutes or 2. You get to play one last song. So we're going to think about that for the next time we get together and talk records. But in the meantime, I want to say thank you to Eric, thank you to Damon. Thank you to Kevin. Thank you to Ken, and to John Young and DJNTV, Disc Jockey News. Thank you for watching. And
thank DJEventplanner.com yet, because without we did.
We can thank him again. Thank him twice. That's how we stay on the air. You know, we appreciate that.
Otherwise, we couldn't afford this big TV Damon.
You know, this high budget show that we're in. For sure. Absolutely. I have to walk to work. Jeez.